It is a March evening, feeding time, and your dog will not settle. You tell him to calm down, and it does nothing, because you are reading him wrong. He paces the kitchen. He will not lie down. You think he is being stubborn, or spoiled, or testing you. He is not. Watch him close. He yawns, and he is not tired. He licks his lips, and there is no food anywhere near him. He turns his head away from you when you lean in. To most folks, those are nothing. To anyone who has spent a life around dogs, those are words, plain ones. He is telling you he is uneasy, and you are talking right over the top of him. So you do what you were taught. You raise your voice, you stand tall, you show him who is in charge. And his body drops a little lower, his ears pin back, and you read that as guilt. It is fear. You just pushed a frightened animal harder and called it discipline. Most folks handle a dog the way the television trainers taught them. Be the alpha, dominate, be the pack leader. It sounds strong and it feels right, and it is mostly guessing dressed up in confidence. And when guessing fails, you pay for it. A board and train program runs $500, $1,000 a week, and a good many of them just teach a dog to swallow his signals instead of showing them. A quiet dog is not always a calm dog. Sometimes it is a dog that stopped warning you. My name is Isaac Yoder. I am from Lancaster County, and I have spent better than 40 years with working dogs out among the livestock. My grandfather could move a herding dog with a look and read that dog long before it ever growled. He never had a book for it. He watched, and he taught me to watch. Here is what I am going to give you today. Around 10 plain signals you can learn to read this very afternoon. And once you can, you will see the truth. Your dog was never disobeying you. He was talking. The commands you trust most are the very thing drowning him out. Let me give you the ground to stand on first, because once you have it, everything else falls into place. A dog does not talk with sound the way we do. A bark is the least of it. A dog talks with his whole body all the time, every minute he is awake. The ears, the eyes, the mouth, the set of his weight, the line of his back, the tail. That is his language, and he is fluent in it from the day he is born. Out among the stock, a man who could not read a dog got animals hurt and got himself hurt. So we learned to read because we had no other choice. A bad behavior is almost never a bad dog. It is a dog saying something plain and a person who never learned to hear it. The first set I call the quiet words, the early ones. A dog throws these long before there is any trouble, and they are the ones nearly everyone misses. He yawns when he is not the least bit tired. He licks his lips when there is no food in sight. He turns his head to the side and breaks off looking at you. He stops and sniffs the ground all of a sudden for no reason you can see. He slows himself right down, stiff and deliberate. A woman named Turid Rugas spent her life watching dogs and wrote these down. She called them calming signals. The dog is not being odd. He is telling you he feels the pressure rising and he would like to take it down a notch. He is asking for a little room. When you see one of these, that is your moment to ease off, not push harder. Most folks see a dog yawn and think nothing of it. Now you know better. That yawn is the first knock on the door. The second thing I want to break for you is the tail. Folks have the tail all wrong. A wagging tail means a happy dog. That's what everyone believes, and it has gotten a lot of people bitten. A wag only means the dog is stirred up. It does not tell you good or bad on its own. You have to read how it wags. High and stiff and fast, that's a dog full of himself, on edge, maybe about to make a bad choice. Low and loose, the whole back end swinging easy, that's a friendly dog. There's even good science on this. Researchers found a dog wags more to his right side when he feels something good, and more to his left when he feels something he does not like. The dog himself reads it in other dogs. The tail is talking. You just have to know it speaks in more than one word. But never read the tail alone. Read the whole animal. Look at the ears, forward and hard, or pinned back flat. Look at where his weight sits, leaned in toward a thing or shifted back away from it. Look at his eye. When you see the whites of a dog's eye showing in a half moon, when he is giving you that sideways white-edged look, that is a dog who is good and worried. Look at the mouth. A loose, open mouth, easy and soft, that is a calm dog. A mouth pulled shut tight all of a sudden, lips closed hard, that is a dog who just got concerned about something. One part can fool you, the whole picture rarely does. Now here is the one that matters most, the one that keeps people safe. A dog does not bite out of nowhere. I have heard it 100 times. He bit with no warning. He almost never does. We just punished every warning he gave until he stopped giving them. A dog climbs a ladder before he ever bites. Down at the bottom are those quiet words, the yawn, the lick, the turned head. Go up a rung and he goes still and stiff. Up again and he shows his teeth or gives a low growl. Up again, a snap that does not land, a warning shot. The bite is the very top rung, and he does not want to climb that high. Every step is him asking you to stop. Here is where good people go wrong. The dog growls and they punish the growl, scold it, smack it, correct it, and it works in the worst way. The dog learns the growl brings trouble down on him, so next time he skips it. You took away the warning and kept the fear. Now you have a dog who goes from still to teeth with nothing in between, and he is the one folks call unpredictable. He was never unpredictable. He was telling you the whole time. The oldest rule I know with any animal is this: never punish the warning. A growl is a gift. It is the dog choosing to tell you instead of show you. Let me give you one more, and this one comes straight off the farm. We move stock with pressure and release. You step toward an animal, and that is pressure. And the moment it gives you what you asked, you step back. The stepping back is the lesson, not the pressure. The release is what teaches. A dog reads that same language. When he does the thing you wanted, and you ease off, soften your shoulders, look away, lean back, you have just told him yes in a tongue he was born knowing. You do not need to loom over him. You do not need to be the boss of him. You need to put on a little pressure and take it off at the right second. That is not domination. That is a conversation. And he has been waiting his whole life for you to start talking sense. And last, the simplest one. Calm is caught, not commanded. You cannot order a dog to settle while your own body is tight and your voice is sharp. It runs right down the leash into his feet. He feels you before he hears you. So before you ask anything of a worked up dog, slow your own self down. Drop your shoulders. Breathe slow. Move easy. Now go back to that border collie in the kitchen on the March evening. The pacing, the yawning, the turned head. You know those words now. He was not defying you. He was at the bottom of the ladder, asking. And the moment you stop commanding and start reading, he will tell you everything. So there it is. Your dog has been speaking the whole time. You just learned the words, and you cannot unlearn them now. The yawn, the lick, the turned head, the growl that is a gift, not a crime. Start tonight. Watch your dog for one quiet word and ease off when you see it. If you want more of this old, hands-on animal knowledge, the kind passed down by doing and not from any book, subscribe and stay with me. Next time I will show you how to read your dog around children and other animals so you see trouble coming long before it ever arrives.